Hello students, Standard 8 English Medium. In chapter 5, data handling, we learn how to draw the histograms and then the circle graph or the pie chart. And from the pie chart and the histogram given, how to find out the answers of the questions. Now we are going to learn about the chance and probability. Now, chance. It means sometimes it happens, especially in this season, rainy season. You go somewhere or at school, then when you take the raincoat or an umbrella with you, then maybe the rain does not come. And one day maybe you forgot, and that day the rain is coming heavily. So we cannot predict that the rain will come or it will not come. We can predict, but not exactly that it must be coming or not. So in this type of situations occurs so many times with our day. Sometimes when you preparing for the test exams, maybe you are given 4 or 5 chapters at a time. The syllabus is out of that 5 chapters, you will get the questions. So now, sometimes what happens, some of the students will do 3 or 4 chapter perfectly, thinking that from the last chapter maybe only a little questions will be asked. And then sometimes it happens that chapter that you left or didn't pay attention much on that chapter, from that many questions are asked. So there are chances, because we cannot predict that. Then train, buses are running on their time generally. But sometimes it happens that when you are on time on the railway station, then the train comes late. And when you are getting late, and then you think that you wish that the train come late that day, because you are reaching late to the railway station. And that day, the train comes on time and you miss the train. So here, this type of situations occurring so many times, in which we take a chance, and sometimes it happens as you wish, but sometimes it does not happen. So their chances are not the same, and we cannot predict that results of that things. Like other things, sometimes what happens, we know that cricket matches started. Then what happens? First the 2 captains are coming there, and the referee will toss a coin to start the match, that who will bowl first or the fielding first and who will do the batting. And then when he is tossing, one of the captain of the team will speak out head or tail. But suppose you are the captain and you say head, can you control that coin that it will be head on it? No, you cannot control it. If you are lucky that time, maybe that head will come. But not every time it will happen. Sometimes you think that head will come and then there will be tail. So these type of experiments whose result we cannot predict perfectly, and that are known as the random experiment. So an experiment whose outcomes cannot be predicted exactly in advance is called a random experiment. As I told you, when we toss a coin, we cannot predict exactly in advance that there will be head or there will be tail on that coin. Similarly, when you play snakes and ladder or the Ludo, you play with the die, or you call dice. When you throw the dice, then if you need 6 and you visit that it may 6 on that dice, but not always it will possible. Sometimes it happens, but it can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. Any one of the number can be on the top of that die. So this is also called a random experiment. Tossing of a coin, throwing a die. So they are known as random experiments because the result of this experiment cannot be predicted exactly in advance. You can predict, but not exactly that it will happen. As I told you, that when you see the clouds in the sky, then you think that it may rain today. And within a few minutes, the whole clouds will disappear. All of them disappear and they not raining also. Sometimes you see that the sky is very clear. There is no chance that you will think that today it may not rain. And all of a sudden sometimes it happens that the clouds are coming, black clouds, and it starts raining. So here also we cannot predict that it will rain or it will not rain. So in this all experiment we cannot predict from the beginning, from the advance, in the advance. So they are known as random experiments. Then the outcomes. The possible results of random experiment are called outcomes. So when we do the experiments, random experiments, then the results, possible results, are known as the outcomes of that experiment. Here, when we throw a coin, toss a coin, then what are the possible outcomes of that? What are the results? Head and tail. So either it will be head on the top or it will be tail on the top. So head and tail are the outcomes for that experiment of tossing a coin. Similarly, when we throw a dice, that time also there are 6 possible outcomes. Coming 1 on the top, coming 2 on the top, 3 on the top, 4, 5 or 6. That are the 6 outcomes of that experiment. So there are different types of experiments are there, and then they can have different types of outcomes. You can take an example like in a bag or in a box, you have different colors of the balls, same size. Some of them are red colored, some are blue colored, yellow colored. And what happens when you at random you take out any ball without looking at it? Then outcomes are the the color of the ball. That maybe the blue colored ball come out, or red colored ball come out, or the other colored. So that are the outcomes of the random experiment. Now the outcomes can be equally likely outcomes. What is the meaning of equally likely outcomes? Outcomes of an experiment are equally likely if each of the outcomes has the same chance of occurring. So when you toss the coin, then you cannot say that chances are equal. But if you toss the coin so many times, then what happens? The answer of both the chances, means head or tail, will come closer and closer to each other. It means that the chance are equal to coming head or coming tail. The chances are equal, almost equal. So these outcomes are known as equally likely outcomes. Similarly, the 6 outcomes, when we throw a die, those 6 outcomes are also equally likely because their chances of coming are equal. Because one also only one time on the die, 2 is also only once on the die, 3, 4, 5, 6, all are only once on the die. And therefore, they have equal chances to come. And therefore, these type of outcomes are called equally likely outcomes. Similarly, when you try to start a scooter, then there are 2 outcomes. It may start, it may not start. You try by kicking that. So it may start, it may not start. They have also equal chances. So that is also an example of equally likely outcomes. But sometimes what happens? The outcomes cannot be equally likely also. Actually, in this chapter, we have to learn only about those whose experiments outcomes are equally likely. But for your information, I can give you the example like in a plastic bag, there are some flowers of different colors, and number of flowers are also not the same. Like there are 5 red colored, 3 blue colored, 2 white colored flowers are there. Now they are shuffled. Now if you pick up one flower, then the chances of getting red flower is more. Why? Because number of red flower is highest, 5. So it may come more often, and the white are only 2. So chances of coming that white flower are very less. So here, these outcomes are not equally likely because their chances are not the same. But tossing a coin, throwing a die, that all have equally likely outcomes. The event, the collection of all or some of the possible outcomes is called an event. So that outcomes are taken as an event. So when you toss a coin, then you get head and tail, either head or tail. So getting a head or getting a tail is an event. So getting a head is also an event. Getting a tail is also an event. Similarly, when you throw the die, there are 6 events. Getting 1 on the die, getting 2 on the die, getting 3 on the die, getting 4 on the die, getting 5 on the die, and getting 6 on the die. All are the events. Then probability. Probability is the measure of chance of the happening of event. So it is connected with the probability. Chance is connected with the probability, that it is the measure of chance of the happening of event. Now there is a formula to find the probability. So probability of an event is equal to number of outcomes that makes an event divided by total number of outcomes. So whatever time, suppose you toss the coin and it comes head or tail. In detail we will learn in the next session how to find the probability. But now you have to just remember that probability can be found out by this formula, that number of outcomes that makes an event upon divided by total number of outcomes. And this probability of any event is given by a number between 0 and 1. So all the events will have the probability between 0 and 1, including 0 and 1. Now when can a probability 0? When an event is impossible event. Suppose I said the probability of rising sun in the west. Is it possible? No, never. So the probability of this event is 0 because it will never happen. And probability of certain event is 1. Means it's gonna happen. Suppose I tell that when I throw a die, then the number on the top will be a number less than 7. So which number are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. All are less than 7. So this time the probability will be 1. So in detail with some other examples we will do in the next session. So it will be followed by the PDF file. Whatever is here written, you will get it in the PDF file. So write down and read it properly. All the definitions and the formula for the probability, etc. So that it will be clear on the mind. And if it is clear in your mind, in the next session when we do some other experiments and examples about it, it will be easier for you. And any query, write down in the comment section. Thank you very much.